What's up, bud? You ready for a game today? High five.
In almost any other walk of life, 35 is a young man or woman. It's a veteran in sports. And since it's so public, people have seen you kind of grow up before their eyes. Now you're a married man. It's a whole different stage of your life.
You really grow to understand that there's happiness in your life. I relate it to like the feeling of happiness here and there, and there are spurts of it. And then there's these things called joy.
You ready for the game today? I love you.
They're a lot more long-sustaining, and you try not to take that for granted. You know, the happiness comes from just the day-to-day stuff you feel, but those go away. The joy stay.
Talk about family a little bit. Obviously, it played a big role in your decision. Have you had a chance to tell your sweet kiddos that you're not playing football?
Yeah, actually, I did. It was it's a great question because I did it last night, or like yesterday in the afternoon, actually, and me and my wife sat hawking Rivers down, and, you know, Rib just turned 3, and so he doesn't really grasp it yet. I mean, he just turned it here a couple weeks ago, but Hawk's turning 5 here this week, and he kind of is starting to get an understanding of just, you know, the kids at school kind of talk about football and things are happening a little bit here and there. And you know, he started to really enjoy the games and stuff this year. Well, we sat him down to tell him, and he says, "Hey, come here, bud. We're going to tell you something, you know." And then you kind of tell him, and you try and build up the excitement of the next thing. You don't really know what he's going to say. And, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, he's not going to even remember the conversation. Candace is pretty smart about, you know, understanding, you know, that can affect him sometimes and little things here and there. And so we tell him, and he starts to kind of be like, at first he's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good. Great. Does that mean you're going to be around more?" I was like, "Yeah, you know, a little bit." So he's like, "Oh, good. Well, then you can buy me Legos." And so then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'll get a bunch of Legos." Right? I was like, "Yeah, I still make money. That's part of it. Hopefully we can continue to do that." And then he goes, "Okay," so he leaves, and it's about 30 seconds to a minute. He comes back, and he's sitting there, and he's just like, and then he asks us a question. He's like, "So does that mean you're not going to be able to play football anymore?" And me and Ken kind of look at each other, and we're like, "Well, that's kind of what we said, you know," and kind of understood it and everything. And so Ken says, "Yeah, your daddy's not going to play. He's going to talk about it." And so all of a sudden he starts to like get that sad face that kids get, and then it's coming, and all of a sudden he starts to cry. And as he starts to cry, I'm like, "Hey, but it's okay." And so I'm like, "Come here." And so I hold on to stuff, and then Candace now is worried, you know, "Oh gosh, it's a big deal." And then all of a sudden he goes, "I just don't understand why you're not going to play anymore." And so we try to explain it. And then finally he's like, "Wait, I thought you meant you're not going to be able to play football in the backyard with me anymore." And so he was fine when I'm giving up football, but I wouldn't be able to tackle him in the backyard. He was not willing to give up that. He just, and so it was kind of funny because then he's like, "No, I'm just not playing Cowboys anymore." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Back to Legos."
I think that's a pretty astute little kid to look around that mansion and go, "Man, I hope Dad's still going to be making some money. I mean, we got to pay for this some way, somehow."
Well, you know, I took out 6 different loans to kind of cover the mortgages.
If there's one thing that having kids has taught me, it's that, you know, you really can have the exact same environment and they could be 2 completely different kids. They love different things. They have a little bit different personalities. They're sweet boys, you know, they're really fun to be around, but, you know, one just loves Legos.
Huckins, our 4-year-old, loves Legos.
Like, wakes up and he's excited. "Did you get me new Legos yet?"
Our younger one, Rivers, our 2-year-old, out of the womb wanted a ball, wants to play football, wants to play basketball, and it's just hilarious. He's like a miniature Tony.
I asked Tony if he wanted his boys to follow in his footsteps and play football.
We all want, you know, your kids to like what you like. You know, it's something like, for me, obviously, it's sports and stuff. You really just hope that they're just really good kids.
Do you see more kids in your future?
Mm-hmm.
Tony needs a girl.
Tony has his days. He's like, I want 5 kids. And I'm like, "Oh, well, you can have them."
You carry them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll have one more at least.
Yeah, I'd love a girl.
Tony married Candace 5 years ago.
Part of what attracted me to Candace was just that she's similar to me, and that inherently, we're homebodies who like family, and when we go on vacation, we take her parents, we take mine, and that's fun. It's enjoyable. No one loves her family, her husband, her kids more, and at the same time, no one works harder.
The two share a strong faith, which the Romos say brings perspective and peace after tough losses.
I'm lucky to, love something bigger than myself, obviously, in the Lord, and I think that's an easy way for me to get through all the rough patches that go on in life.
Without faith and the hope of something after this life, that it would be a lot harder to get through the season.
We asked Candace the one thing we may not know about her husband.
He's very loyal. Like, his best friends were his best friend from growing up in elementary school and his best friend from college. And they all live here in Dallas. And they came down here with Tony, spent Easter with us, and Christmas and holidays, and
it's mostly because they haven't gotten married yet.
And what's his relationship really like with his boss, owner Jerry Jones?
He's always, like, whenever I've called him for any kind of advice or anything, he's always been there, and he's very honest. He's so supportive. He'd be like, a dad who's just always supported you and rooted for you, and he has to make tough decisions at the same time, and so I'm in an easy spot. It's just I'm the player, and I just get to go play and everything, but he's got to try and build an organization.
Tony acknowledges being the quarterback for America's team comes with a great responsibility, but also an incredible opportunity.
Did you ever dream that you would be where you are today?
Yeah, I did.
Gosh.
I'm kidding. You don't think like that far. I think you want to play, football. You want to play in the NFL.
Time in the pocket. In the end zone. Bryant. Touchdown.
It was just kind of engross myself in where I'm at and try and just figure out how to be good enough to help this football team now.
But you know what? Maybe not thought about or discussed quite as much. Tony Romo is also a family man, a daddy to his two young boys, Hawkins and Rivers. That is where he does his real living. And managing a bad back is problematic there, too.
Yeah, I think that sometimes is one of the most difficult things when you have a couple, kids at home, is just being able to understand, you're not able to pick them up quite as much or do some of the little things and get on the ground and play, bend over, and that's part of playing football and being in season a little bit, but then when you feel a little bit better, you can do that, and my kids are great.
Oh, they climbing on you, and Candace is going, watch the back.
Yeah, but I don't mind. Climbing's a little bit easier if I'm laying there. That's pretty fun. I enjoy the roughhousing with the boys. That's one of my happiest times. Play long enough where one or two of them have a chance to really see you and kind of understand what you do, because they're gonna have no idea, what their dad did. Really, it's just gonna be different for them when they're older and they just hear about it than haven't really been able to see it. And so part of that makes you want to play for a while. Obviously the goals that you want to achieve are there, but coming home and knowing that you always have the family, that's invaluable.
Do you want to say goodnight to Mom and Daddy?
Good night, Mom and Daddy! Ask me what I want to pack for my lunch, okay?
What do you want to pack in your lunch? Sardines?
No pickles, and I want to pack Sprite.
What?
I want to pack Sprite. That's all. Because we want Sprite to drink all, and then we're done.
Say goodnight to Mommy and Daddy.
Good night, Mommy and Daddy. Bye-bye. Good night, Mommy. Good night, Mom and Daddy. I hope you have a good trip. I hope you have a good trip. I hope you have a good trip.
Say goodnight.
I hope you have a good trip. I hope you have a good trip.
Okay, hold on. You can go play. No, we're not going on the computer. Okay, you're just gonna go sit in front of it and look at it?
what's being a father like to you? Now it's been, what, 4 years?
Yeah, he just turned 4 and he turned 2, so it's been a great gift, and I think anybody who has kids understands how lucky you are to be in that position, and I don't think you take that for granted.
To see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash. I tore open the shutters and threw open the sash.
We love you.